but run defense, AJ Green, offensive line. How was the coaching? How do you feel about the coaching last night? Do you think that was a big problem?
No, no, I'm not one of them guys that like to, I think the coaching was fine. I'm the last person that likes to even put blaming on the coaching unless, you're making some dumb play calls. But
yeah, I can't think of anything.
but I
So
don't think of
dumb.
any
I mean, a lot of the problems had to do with Burrow just not having
execution.
no time, and
Yeah.
I mean,
3
sure that
seconds. 3 seconds. I'm going to say this the whole fucking show. 3
there's,
seconds. The
yeah,
average is 5. I mean, come on.
yeah,
It's ugly.
it's rough, and there's only so much you can do when you have no time.
And let me just say this on the show now. Anybody that hears me say that and wants to say, "Oh, they're making an excuse," fuck you, okay? The offensive line's not making an excuse. It's fact. It's fact that we have a shitty offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, they even talked about it on the game.
Yeah.
While I was watching the game, the commentators were like, "Man, their offensive line is just they're
It's horrible.
killing them. They're killing them."
Yeah.
I just, ugh.
But imagine what he could do, like you just said. If our offensive line was good, imagine what he could do.
If they were just okay.
Yeah.
If our offensive line was okay, we scored 30 points with a shitty offensive line.
Yeah.
30 points. Imagine. Now, here's the flip side of that is our defense needs to not, allow 35 points.
That's true as well.
Traditionally 30 points in the NFL wins you games. So our defense just needs to, and our defense was pretty good, but they were facing Tyrod Taylor last week.
Yeah. You can't get over that, can you? Tyrod Taylor's going to sting all season. Stings.
Yeah. So did Randy Bullock's leg.
Yeah. That was a work. It was a work. No.
No.
I know.
I don't believe that at all.
If we go back to Burrow right now, he's thrown for 509 yards so far. He's 61.9% completions. I mean, he's had 15 carries for 65 yards. I mean, the man Burrow's going to be our franchise quarterback for a long time, as long as he doesn't get.
As long as we don't kill him.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get killed.
Yeah, our number one focus needs to be that line. If we have a line, I mean, I guess some defense might be an issue. You might want to cut some of these people that can't tackle.
But if we're scoring 30 points with shit on the offensive line, imagine what he could be doing with a decent offensive line.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you still need defense, but if you can rack up a bunch of points,
if we can get those points and we can get them early, that helps. That relieves the pressure on that defense too.
Exactly. I looked up the defense, and we only have 2 veterans on our defense. Most of the guys on the defense are in their 20s, so we do have a young defense.
Now they need to do a lot of tackling drills this week.
Yeah,
there was way too many missed tackles last night.
Yeah,
way too many. I mean, especially with those, like, we got that touchdown and then we could not stop the run. I don't think they passed once after that touchdown in the fourth quarter.
They were running all over us. So.
All over. Chubb and Hunt just kept on breaking off huge chunk runs. And there was missed tackle. I mean, if our defense could have stopped them right there, we could have won that game. And that game was not out of reach. That game was not out of reach.
No, it was not. It was not. But yeah, other than we still got Geno Atkins, who's been around for a while.
Well, Atkins is injured.
But he's hurt. Yep. And then we got Dunlap.
And in fairness, you just muted. You're muted. Can't hear you. You're just talking away. I mean, you're just still going. Let's unmute. There we go.
What happened? You hear me now?
You got muted.
I said fuck too many times and my phone muted me.
Yeah, your phone was like, it's like,
I'm
I'm gonna need you to calm the fuck down. Calm
I don't
down.
know what I did. But I'm back. We're okay.
All right, go ahead and go
Dude.
with what you were saying.
What the fuck was I bitching about now? Oh, I was just saying. I was talking about our young defense just trying to make it, trying to figure out the issue, trying to make an excuse. But
Yeah,
it's true. They are young.
in fairness, if we get Atkins back, that could definitely help. I love Atkins. I have an
Me
Atkins
too.
jersey. Him being injured is a huge blow to our defense.
It is.
That will definitely help things out. I mean, mind you, we don't have a good run defense regardless. Last year, I think we were last in the league. So
Yeah.
don't have a great run defense as it is, but not having Atkins definitely does not help.
Let's see what else. Oh, and what about now? This one you couldn't argue at all. But what about having an offensive pass interference for the second week in a row?
Yeah.
But it was blatant this time. Like that one was. You couldn't argue that one. You do remember it last night, right?
I want to argue it, but no, you can't.
You
Argue
can't.
that.
You can't argue
I
that one.
told you I wasn't complaining about the penalties this week.
Yeah.
Last week, I believe there was some bad calls, but this week,
Well, and last week, that one pass interference call at the end, that one was kind of but last night's was pretty clear cut. I mean,
yeah. I agree. I'm not going to give any excuses, and I can't believe the guy that just pushed the guy on the punt return, or was it the kick return? He just like, hey, buddy. So last night we also got our first passing touchdown to C.J. Uzma.
Yes, we did.
By Burrow. Good pass, good throw, good touchdown. And unfortunately, C.J. gets injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost Uzma. I don't know how long yet. I haven't
read anything yet as far as how long it's going to be. But yeah.
He went down. After a good catch, he got injured and still made the catch.
Yeah.
And kept the ball. Uzma might be good.
Yeah. I see a bright future for him. We got enough to be excited about, but it still doesn't mean we can't bitch. But we do have plenty to be excited about. And unfortunately, we're probably going to have to suffer through several losses this season before.
Yeah, well,
things start to really mesh.
How much were we expecting after we got the number 1 pick for a reason last year.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's the bright spots is what we got to be happy about. We're not going to the Super Bowl this year.
No,
I mean,
maybe not even the playoffs.
Maybe not. Probably not even the playoffs. Not with an 0-2 start. I mean, with the seven AFC playoff teams, maybe, but we got to turn it around. I like seeing Burrow get upset. He's like, I haven't lost. I don't think I've ever lost 2 back-to-back games in a row. Yeah. So hopefully he gets fired up. We play Philadelphia next week.
Yep, Philadelphia next week.
I think we're gonna save the talks about Philadelphia for our next podcast on Wednesday. We'll discuss the Philadelphia game. You got any more stats on this game?
Well, let's see. Is there any I didn't mention about the amazing stuff that Burrow's doing? I mean, it is. It is. It's amazing. It really is.
I would have liked to see more Mixon, but I think a lot of that has to do with the line as well.
Yeah.
And also, the run game just kind of, we had to give up. We were just trying to chase over and over again.
Yeah. When you get to a certain point when you're behind, you have to drop the run game. I mean, I do want to see it come out more, though. It would help tremendously.
Oh yeah, well, I believe there's a stat if Mixon touches the ball more than I think 15 times, we traditionally win. Although he did that last week and we didn't win, but it was also a weird ending.
Man, if there would have been some more time on the clock and we could have pulled off an onside kick, it still wasn't out of reach at the end of the game. It was just not enough time.
And that onside kick, just such an unfortunate bounce.
Yeah.
For Burrow. I mean, I looked at the replay, and it's like, I mean, there's only so much you can do about the ball bouncing. I mean, it took a huge bounce.
Yeah, onside kicks are hard, man. You can't,
Yeah, I know.
that's why they don't
I
work
would have
the.
gone ecstatic if we would have made it.
Oh yeah, I was still watching like on the edge of my seat. You still hold out hope, man. Fuck, you gotta till the end. I'm like, come on,
Till that goes down to zero, we hold out hope.
have to. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And again, I think Burrow looked good at the end of that game. Again, there we are with the 2-minute drill going. He looks good. He looks good under those situations when he has little time.
Yeah.
Now, if he could play with that urgency all the time, and I'm hoping, part of me hopes too, that Joe Burrow we see in those press conferences, I hope that's what he's like in that locker room. I mean, I feel he is.
I think he is.
Yeah.
And you know what? When it comes to that urgency and how he plays at the end of games and everything, I think that's less about urgency and more about the fact that when he does that, he's doing quick throws. He's getting it out fast, and that helps with a bad offensive line.
Yeah.
So
it shows he's got guy's got a football mind. He definitely does.
Yeah. So that's a lot of that has to do with with what the situation is,
and his mentality and knowing how to manage the game.
Yeah.
So at least Bengals fans can be happy that we finally have a quarterback. At least there's something.
Yeah, we have a quarterback. We just need to focus on fixing that line.
Fixing the line and try to get a backup somewhere, for fuck's sakes.
All right. So if you don't have any more stats, if you don't have anything more to say about the game, I think we've bitched enough.
Okay. Yeah.
We're going to talk about the next Bengals game on our next podcast. That will be the main focus of our next podcast. Is we'll talk about the Bengals Eagles.
Yep. We'll share some comments on whoever. Forgive me, I don't even know who's playing Monday night, but
I was gonna say, is there any games this week that you're looking forward to? What is your most anticipated game this week?
Oh, good question.
Now that the Bengals are out of the way.
Wow, ouch. I'm looking over the schedule right now.
Yeah, I've got it up here right now too. Well, you know what, and this is more for my brother, but the Saints Raiders. I'd like to see how the Raiders do against a really good team. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm sold on the Panthers yet, so let's see how they do.
And that is the Monday night game.
That is the Monday night. Yep,
that is the Monday night game. So that should be a good one.
Absolutely.
The Panthers and Buccaneers will intrigue me just because, we talked about it last week. Yes, I hate Tom Brady, but I can't not. What's going to happen this season is just so intriguing to me.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and I think for the most part, I'll probably be trying to watch that Red Zone channel. I mean, odds are I will try to watch the Steelers Broncos game, and Ravens, and who's the Ravens got? I don't see the Ravens on here.
I think they got their bye already. Oh, there they are. No, they got the Texans.
It's at 4, so I'll probably watch Steelers and Ravens. I tend to watch my rivals, see how the teams in my division are doing.
Right. I'll be stuck at work, so
Eagles are our next game, so it might be a good idea to see them against the Rams. They're 0-1 right now, and the Rams, I think, looked pretty good last week. So
they did.
We might have a good chance, although I said that with the Browns game too. But
don't you say anything and curse us, Steven.
I mean, we're Bengals fans. We're already cursed. I don't know what you want from me.
I want you to fix it. And some of these games could be,
As soon as Mike Brown steps down, I feel like we can fix a lot of problems.
Yeah. Giants. See, some of these games could be shit shows like Giants versus Bears. Wow, I don't know.
Yeah.
That could be a snoozer. Bills and Dolphins. Yes, I'm going to hate on every team. I don't care. Bills and Dolphins, like, ooh. And
Yeah.
the 49ers who lost in their first week, Jimmy Garoppolo should be able to shred the Jets. So that should be a talk about shit show.
Oh, two one and
Yeah.
0 teams with the Cardinals and the Washington football team.
The Washington football team.
Can we just talk about you know what? I understand why people wanted them to change their names. Redskins is a derogatory term for Native Americans. I get it, and I'm fine. I'm not upset with the change, but how you knew that this pressure has been going on you for how many years? How many
Right.
years have these people been trying to fight for this? You know, why? Why didn't you have a backup team name, logo, everything set up and ready for if you actually had to change? You, you,
Well, oh God, here we go. I'm going to bring the heat to myself. It's okay. I'll bring the heat. I don't care. People can hate me. Well, there's two things. I mean, first of all, the way the world's changing, fine, you had to do the change and blah, blah, blah. But there's two things about this name change. One is a Native American family are the ones that came up with the logo, and they were upset that it got dropped. And in most surveys they did, it wasn't the Native Americans that were the biggest bitchers about the name. You can look it up. I'm not trying to be a hater.
no,
I can see both sides. My thing is, I mean, it would be a silly sports name. It would be. But what if somebody's nickname in sports was the Crackers?
I mean,
did it need changed? Yes. And should they have had a backup plan? Yes. But Dan Snyder had no intentions of ever changing it. He got pressured because of the situation behind it. Even FedEx, who sponsored the field for how many years, all of a sudden said you need to change the name or we're pulling out. I think that's why there wasn't a backup plan in place. Opinion of whether it needed done or not. Dan Snyder was like, I'm never changing the name. He had no choice. At this point, he had no choice.
I know what you were talking about, and I forget. I remember looking up that, and I'm pretty sure there was inaccuracies in that article.
There weren't some of the numbers, but the logo part, though, is true. The logo part is true that it was done by a Native American family. But, and I get it, and you're right. I mean, the Washington football team thing is what it is.
Yeah.
But I really believe Dan Snyder just never intended on doing it. But once your sponsors and everybody else puts that pressure on you.
It's not like this came out of nowhere.
No, it's been for years.
It got pressured. He got it pressured like heavy this year because of everything that's going on. But, they've been pushing this for a while. The same thing happened with why we don't use Chief Wahoo anymore in Cleveland,
And let's see, Kansas City said no more head dressings at their games. The fans can't wear those,
I look at it a little differently when it comes to Chiefs and Redskins. Chiefs, I don't consider that insulting. It's not insulting to be Chiefs. We don't look at Native Americans and be like, haha, look at those motherfucking Chiefs. We don't.
Same with the Braves. The Braves isn't really derogatory either.
No, and I mean, but and the proper way is to say Native Americans and not Indians. So I can understand them wanting to change the name for the Indians too, which is gonna suck because I've liked the Indians for a long time. Didn't really think about it being offensive or anything like that. But Redskins is literally an offensive term. Redskins is essentially the Native American version of the N-word for African. So that one I can't believe lasted as long as it did. To be completely honest with you, how did we get away with saying Redskins for?
Who knows?
I mean,
who knows? But it looks, from a lot of stuff you see, it looks like it's not going to change a whole lot. I mean, for most stuff you see, it looks like the Red Wolves is probably the front runner for their new nickname.
Yeah, but there are Red Wolves, so that's not really offensive. Yeah. Is that the front runner?
That's what I've been reading online. How true that is.
My brother wants them to change to the Hogs.
Hogs?
Which I think is just a lame. I know why he said that.
That
For
sounds more like maybe an arena football team or.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something to do with, I guess, the because of an offensive line or a defensive line or something, they were nicknamed the Hogs or something. So fans have been
Oh
going to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Redskins games dressed like Hogs
Yeah,
and
I know what
everything.
he's talking about
So
now. Yeah.
so that's why he thinks it. I just think it's a. I get the significance of it. I just think it's a dumb name. I
Yeah.
just I'm not, I don't look at Hogs and think, man, they strike fear in my heart. You
Right.
know?
Ooh, here come the Hogs.
Here
Fuck.
comes
What
the
are we
Hog.
gonna have?
I mean, you
Yeah.
might be better sticking with the Washington football team. So
Right.
it is a team and it's a football team. So,
Yeah.
if
And
it,
Washington even. So fuck it.
it's in
Whatever.
Washington, yeah. So no, I don't know. I almost think it's the team's based in Washington D.C., right?
Yeah.
So maybe make it like the Washington Presidents or something,
Yeah.
or the
I know the one of the names thrown out's been the Generals. I'm trying to remember some of the other ones they've thrown
no,
out there, which it
Generals
makes
wouldn't
sense.
be the Washington
Yeah.
Generals would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be all right.
And a military reference in, Washington, it makes sense. If the Patriots didn't exist, that would almost be the
Wash,
perfect team that, yeah.
I almost said
Yeah.
Washington Patriots, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
And like, fuck.
there's that fucking team in New England. I
Fuck
forgot. Never
yeah, those
mind.
fucking assholes. But
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, no, but I don't know. I don't know if I like the presidents either, and I don't know what your logo would be with that.
right.
So, do you have a top hat with Lincoln, or do you like which silhouette do you go with? Or
Fucking like put Clinton on the helmet. Fuck it. What do you uh,
with
oh my.
Clinton on
Good
the
stuff.
helmet, getting head from Monaco.
That's a whole nother podcast. Shit. uh,
Oh, well,
all
come
right.
over here, baby.
Oh
Okay,
shit.
maybe not the president.
Maybe not. Maybe
Maybe.
you shouldn't have any input. I don't know.
I mean,
Woo.
generals are all right. I don't mind the
Generals
general.
isn't bad. I
Uh,
forget what the other one was. There was something that had to do with pilots in the military too, and I can't remember what it was. The bombers, maybe, or something like that. I don't know. There's a few of them.
I don't hate the bombers. I
Yeah,
don't hate
there's a few of them out there.
Uh,
It'll be
Red Wolves.
interesting to
I
see.
I can see the Red Wolves, and then they kind of keep the color scheme a little bit. I
And
mean,
and some of the art that's out there, it's still the same color scheme and everything. Yeah,
yeah.
so
You
it
just
could
have to
work.
change the logo a little bit.
Yeah,
That'll be an interesting thing when they decide that.
yeah.
Um,
And they have a whole year, so it better be worth the
yeah,
wait, right?
I just ho- I just hope that the Washington football team doesn't go to the Super Bowl and we have our Super Bowl winner, the
The
Washington
Washington
football
football
team.
team.
Oh, that
It'd
would
be
be
kind
just
of it,
that would
it'd be
suck.
kind of funny.
I don't see
Washington,
the humor.
they
I
would be
don't.
they would be pissed if Dan Snyder was like, you know what, I'm just going to keep that. It's fine. We're just the Washington football team forever.
Fire
Fire
him!
'em.
Fire
Uh, part of me thought I should get some of that merchandise though. Someday that might be collectible to certain fans.
Well,
If,
yeah, get some of those jerseys or something
yeah,
for this, just for because this will probably be the only year.
yeah,
That's fair.
yeah.
That's not a bad idea at all.
No, no. And look now, see, and of course I know we're only on a podcast, so the fans can't see it, but there is. Can you see that there? There's a fan made Red Wolves
Uh,
logo.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
don't
there's
hate
some stuff.
that. Keeps
That's
yeah.
the
I mean,
color scheme and
I put the last podcast on YouTube, so this will go on
oh,
YouTube.
okay.
So some people, the one person that watches this will get to see that. Oh, you just muted yourself again. Muted. There you are. Are you bumping something or what's going on there? Oh, now you're muted again. Is it because you're on
Okay,
your phone?
I guess it muted itself again.
That's weird.
Apologize.
Yeah, you're all right. You're all right.
I mean, I heard you talk about the one person that's going to watch the YouTube. We'll see the logo I just shared with you.
To be honest with you, I don't even know if we've had one person watch our last
Oh,
one.
wow.
So hopefully this one, because I'm getting it out soon, right after the game.
Yeah.
Maybe it will do a little better.
Yeah. Hopefully
But
so.
I mean, this is also a new podcast. When it comes to the podcast aspect, right now we are only on Spotify, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. So we're not even on iTunes or it takes a minute to get on all the places.
Right.
So
It still gives us a place to bitch. It's fine.
right.
We get to voice our opinion, so it's fine.
Yeah, I like to bitch. It's fun times.
Yeah, it's fun times.
All right. So,
we're gonna wrap this up in a minute, but see if I can. All right. I was trying to show you. I got my jersey on today.
I see that. I see that.
This is custom. Mine's custom. It says Chase on the back instead of Esiason, but.
Yeah, I've got I got a custom one that's also 7 that says Rayberg on it. It's packed away right now. I need to find it. I had it packed away for the I've been yeah. So I've got this shirt on.
All right.
Just Bengals football. I have another one. I'm not wearing it right now, but I have a custom one that says Rayberg on the back. So right now, I mean, I figured on this podcast, I don't need to be showing the back of me. So I didn't really worry so much whether I was wearing the one with my last name on it. So,
True.
but yeah, I mean, got our Bengals gear on.
Yes. I'll just start doing that, man. I got a ton of jerseys. I'll start wearing a different jersey. Some of them are nostalgic, I'll just show you some of my collection. Start doing that.
Mine's a lot of my stuff's in storage. So otherwise, I would be doing the same. So I sport it. Go. All right. So if we don't have anything else to talk about football-wise.
Got to get ready for my day job.
Oh, yeah. You should probably do that. You're muted again.
Next week, figure out why this.
There you go. Huh? Say that again. Hello?
Again.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap it up.
Oh, there we go. I don't know. I got to figure this out before the next show. I don't know what
the hell. So I think we're going to do it a little differently just because we played a division rival. Instead of fuck the Steelers, fuck the Browns, who dey Bengals.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good day. I don't know when you're listening to
whatever.
this.
Fuck the Browns.
But you know what? Fuck the Steelers too. Fuck the Steelers.
Steelers too.
Fuck the Steelers. Fuck the Browns. Who dey?
Who dey? Yeah.